Dreams come in different formats. The most common dream is you go to sleep, you have a dream. It's unrelated to like any physical circumstance that you're in, but it's kind of like a dream, right? It's kind of a fantasy. And I always say those dreams are still messengers. They're telling you things in your life that you're missing. They're telling you about things in your life that need to be there. They're also telling you about things in your life that are not there that probably need to be reconsidered. So those type of dreams that don't really relate to anything you're going through, they're kind of really random, look at the energetic tone beneath it. Because it's telling you this is what you need to change. This is what you need to realize about yourself to grow, to evolve. This is what you need to understand and evoke this emotion, this energy, so you can actually move on. Sometimes these very fearful dreams and what we call nightmares are just your fear manifests. Dreams are just your subconscious coming to life. It's your subconscious on a movie screen is what most dreams are. So fear-based dreams, it's just amplifying what you've been fearing. And sometimes when we can amplify the fear in a dream, we can somehow intellectually override that fear and replace that with empowerment. So dreams can be very helpful to overcome fears, actually, if you allow the process to be. But a lot of guys are haunted by fear-based dreams simply because, you're not addressing the fear. And so allow those dreams to help you to form a different intellect on the fear and also bring in an intellect that you know that you need. That's what those dreams are really for. There are other dreams now that are, very much about circumstances that you are in. And it's kind of very much similar to what we were just saying before, is that they're just revealing to you how you feel about a circumstance. It's revealing to you even things that you may not be saying in the physical life, the things that you need to be saying. So a lot of times your dreams are telling you, say this, do this, feel this, be this, or stop being this, stop talking so much. Someone may have a dream like, I was just talking to someone and they shot me. I don't know why. And I say, you ever consider that you might be talking too much? I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many different ways that there's extremes in our dreams that's trying to give us a message of stop doing that. You're not listening in a sense. So those are those types of dreams that don't relate to your physical circumstances, but just kind of like stories that you're feeling and so forth. And those that do relate to your circumstances, they're all just messages to get you to understand what you're doing and what you need to stop doing or what you need to start doing. So take those messages. And a lot of times they're not really symbolic. They're just kind of about the essence of that. So that's that forms. Now there are dreams that are very symbolic. And so the symbolic dreams are actual, I would say, when I see people, especially when I was getting symbolic dreams, that means you're on the brink of having a massive intuitive breakthrough. Because when you start getting symbolic dreams, you have to use your intuition to say, what does this mean to me? You're kind of using your claircognizance, your clairsentience, your clairvoyance, and clairaudience to kind of decipher, what do these symbols mean? Putting the pieces together. So symbolic dreams means you have either psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, and you're being put to the test and trying to decipher the energy behind it, which means that's going to help you to become a better channel. So the very symbolic dreams, remember, is to help you to expand your abilities, actually. And of course, there's a message behind it as well, because there always needs to be a message behind it, in a dream as well. But the symbolic dreams is putting to a test about your psychic abilities. Now, there are also dreams where you have dreams of loved ones who've passed. Please understand, guys, your dream space is the meeting space for those that you love who are in spirit now. Because when we leave the physical world, in a sense, and our consciousness evolves and we go into the astral plane, we have access to those that we've lost in spirit, that we love in spirit. I'm going to say lost because they're not lost, but those that we love who are in spirit, we have access to them in the astral plane, and that's when we're sleeping. We're also allowing ourselves to rearrange our trajectories based on what we're learning as well. And so it's very important to understand when you're getting visitation dreams or have dreams from another person that you have not met, understand they are guides for you. A lot of times, I've had a dream with someone, I don't know who they were. It's a guide trying to give you a message too, an act of communication. A lot of times it could be an ancestral guide, it could be a guide of someone you never met that's non-physical, or a person who actually wasn't physical that's posing as a guide. You have those visitations during your dreams. So all you guys who have visitations and there's a guide trying to come through to you with a dream and there's a being, you guys are so focusing on the being that's coming through, the being. And who is this being? It's not about the being, it's about the message. And when you focus on what the message is, you will get clear insight into who the being is. Because it really is about the message. Sometimes your subconscious will actually create a guide, a being to get through to you, okay? And so like I was saying before about symbolic dreams. There's also predictive based dreams. A lot of you guys who are starting to get the psychic abilities, and you're maybe a newer psychic, or those who are starting to really understand about psychic ability within you, you're gonna have a lot of predictive based dreams, but a lot of it's gonna be about deaths or mass destruction. Like, why am I dreaming about someone died and it came to pass? I dreamed about a major car accident and it happened. It's like, it's only because, when you're not focusing on expanding your intuition, you're not putting any positive energy on it. Meaning, positive energy means that you're not expanding it, but it's there. So the only way that it can express itself is through a negative energy, which means you're going to read negative events and circumstances. Please understand, I'm not saying positive and negative energy as a judgment. I'm saying positive energy means like an expanding energy. You're growing something. A negative energy means you're not growing anything. It's not expansive. So if you're not expanding your psychic abilities, you're going to have very negative predictions, dreams that are very negatively based. Only deaths, only this and that. So once you start realizing, hey, I actually am predicting something, I have psychic ability, then you start nurturing your ability. Start tapping into your ability a lot more, so you're expanding it, and then it puts positive energy on it. And when you put the positive energy on it, then you'll start reading everything that you want to read. So understand the predictive-based dreams means that you're starting first to understand that you'll be able to predict, and a lot of times you're least resistant in your dream state. So that's where a lot of things will start coming to you a lot clearer. So expand on it. Daydreaming, I would say, is just your creative mind and the physical mind kind of at the same time. So a lot of times people daydream and they kind of drift off in a daydream. That just means that they're just not so occupied in the physical sense that they're able to use their imagination more. And when you use your imagination more, you could be an access point to spirit. Many people say, I don't know if it's my imagination or is it spirit. I'm like, it's the same thing. Imagination has two spaces. Imagination has a creative space and a receptor space, a receiving space. So you can create with your imagination, but you can also receive information with your imagination. So remember, imagination doesn't mean just making things up. I mean, in a sense, we're making this all up. You're making every connection up. It's all made up in a sense, but in a sense for the human mind, that there are 2 points in imagination, creative and also reception. So you can identify, like, I am imagining this. I'm receiving this message from spirit. That's my imaginative space. Okay, so please don't think imagination means you're just creating nonsense. Okay, you're doing two different jobs with imagination: creating or receiving.